All right, let's talk about public speaking. Yeah, I know. For a lot of us, just hearing those two words is enough to make your palms sweat. But what if I told you that anxiety, that feeling in your gut, what if it wasn't a weakness at all? What if it's actually a source of incredible power? Well, today we're going to crack open the toolkit and show you exactly how to turn that fear into some serious, rock-solid confidence.
And look, it's not just you. This is a real thing. That feeling of butterflies going crazy in your stomach, your heart pounding, the sense that every single eye in the room is locked on you, it's so common. You'd probably be shocked to hear that even the pros, the people who do this all the time, they feel it too.
Sound familiar? I bet it does. It doesn't matter if it's a small meeting with 5 people or a huge conference with 100. That feeling can just freeze you up. But here's the big idea, the thing I really want you to think about. What if we've been looking at this whole thing completely backwards?
This right here, this is a total game changer. That physical reaction you're feeling, it's not fear, it's energy. Your body's literally flooding with adrenaline, getting you ready to be at your absolute best. It's not a sign you're going to fail, no way. It's a sign that what you have to say is important. So the goal isn't to get rid of this feeling, the goal is to grab it and learn how to use it.
Yeah, you heard me. Your nerves are actually your secret weapon. Think about it. Without that energy, your speech would be, well, kind of boring, right? It would be flat. So let's dive into how you can actually use this power to make your talks amazing. I want you to think of yourself like a musician for a second. Your body, your voice, that's your instrument. A guitarist wouldn't just walk on stage without tuning up, right? Of course not, and you can't either. You've got to warm up, fine-tune everything, and channel all that nervous energy into a performance that really makes people sit up and listen.
Okay, so how do we actually channel that energy in a good way? Well, it all starts with one thing, rock-solid preparation. This is how you tackle that fear of the unknown head-on, because let's be honest, that's where most of the anxiety comes from. And this framework, it's your roadmap. It's so simple but so powerful. Answering these 5 W's gives you a clear plan. Knowing who you're talking to helps you pick the right words. Knowing what your main point is keeps you from rambling. And that last one, really taking a moment to think about why you're the one giving this talk, man, that's a huge confidence boost right there. All right, so you've got your plan locked in. Now, let's talk about those crucial moments right before you step up to speak. This is all about mastering your inner game, getting your head and your body ready to go.
So, just before it's showtime, find a quiet spot. Seriously, a hallway, a bathroom, anywhere you can get a minute alone. Do some simple stretches to get rid of that physical tension. Warm up your voice a little. And here's my absolute favorite tip. Just repeat your very first sentence in your head, over and over. Because once you nail that opener, everything else just seems to fall into place.
And here's a wild little trick for making sure you sound super clear. Try this. Before you go on, gently put your tongue between your teeth and try saying your first few lines. It feels ridiculous, I know, but it forces you to over-enunciate. Then, when you take your tongue out and speak for real, your words will come out so much clearer and smoother. It really works.
But, the big question is always, what if I mess up? What if I just freeze? Here's something you absolutely have to remember. The audience is on your side. They're not waiting for you to trip up. If you pause for a couple of seconds to find your next thought, guess what? They probably won't even notice. They're just people, and they want you to do well. Okay, so we've worked on the inside game. Now let's talk about the outside game, our delivery. It's time to take all that inner confidence we're building and actually project it with our body and our voice. Your body language is talking long before you open your mouth. So try to avoid those closed-off moves like crossing your arms. Instead, think open. Use open, circular gestures. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart. That gives you a really solid, confident stance. And if you're going to walk around, make it purposeful. Every move should have a reason. It just makes you look so much more in command.
And eye contact, so important. Please, don't just stare at your boss or the one friendly face in the front row. You got to engage the whole room. Let your eyes move around in a gentle, wave-like pattern. Make a connection with one person for a few seconds, then move on to someone else. It makes everyone feel like you're talking directly to them. Oh, and remember to smile. A real one, the kind that actually reaches your eyes.
Okay, now let's talk about something that can sneakily undermine all your hard work. I'm talking about linguistic tics. Those little filler words and sounds like and that we all tend to drop in without even thinking about it.
Do any of these ring a bell? Like, basically, so, Yeah, we've all got them. The thing is, when you use them too much, they can make you sound a little hesitant, maybe a little unsure of yourself, and it can really distract from your message, no matter how great it is.
So how do you get rid of them? Step 1 is just becoming aware. The best way? Record yourself. Just use the voice memo app on your phone. Yeah, it might feel a little awkward listening back, but I promise, you'll hear your tics loud and clear. And once you know what they are, you can start to replace them. Instead of saying, just pause. Take a silent breath. It doesn't make you sound lost, it actually makes you sound thoughtful and in control. This takes practice, for sure, but wow, it is a total game changer.
All right, let's pull all this together. We've talked about reframing your nerves as pure energy, we've talked about preparing with the 5 Ws, and we've talked about commanding your physical presence. The main takeaway from all of this is so important. Being a great public speaker isn't some magical talent you're born with. It's a skill, and just like any other skill, you can learn it.
And honestly, that's probably the most empowering part of this whole thing. You aren't just a good speaker or a bad speaker. That's not a thing. Confidence, clarity, even charisma, these are all things you can build, that you can develop with the right preparation and, of course, a little practice. Anybody can become a compelling speaker. I really believe that.
So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you have these tools in your toolkit, what's that important message you're going to share? What big idea are you going to bring to life? What will you finally have the confidence to stand up and say?